So, what does it mean when you are truly done with something? When you're truly done with someone, a situation, a circumstance, a relationship where you need to walk away, but you don't? What happens is that the more you say I'm done with something, but then don't move yourself on from being done, the more likely you are to get burned. And once you are burned by a situation where you were emotionally, physically, mentally done with, but didn't choose to disengage from, what you happen to start is a road to bitterness. Bitterness and depression and despondency, and I'm not talking about clinical depression, so please don't at me. But what I'm talking about is that continual feeling of anger that starts to simmer beneath the surface, because every time we say, I am done with that, I am done with this person, I'm not going to let them do this to me anymore, or I'm done with that job, or I'm done with whatever, and yet we still continue to engage in a way that doesn't actually honor the fact that we are done, then what we're setting ourselves up for is the fall every single time. Because, too often, especially in relationships with friends, family, significant others, lovers, whatever, we will get to a place where we are done. Like we feel like we are not being treated like we want to be treated. Um, we're not getting what we want, or for whatever reason, there's a sense inside of us that we have reached a place where we no longer feel honored. We're no longer whole, happy, and healthy in that place with that person, and so we are done. Sometimes we only reach that place because we want the other person to go, no, 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 don't be done, I'll change. Ooh, red flag number one. That's not going to happen. Your doneness is not going to precipitate anyone else's changing to make you feel less done. Secondly, we might get to that place and feel like, well, we can't do anything because of circumstances, but we can always do something. We can engage differently. We can disengage completely until we can move ourselves physically on. We can begin to structure our life in a way that minimizes the impact of that particular person until we can move our doneness on down the road. But what we can't do, and what continues to be the problem, is that we get to done and we sit on done, and we're done and we're done and we're done, and we don't make any moves to change anything about the situation. We don't make any real inroads into what it's like to separate ourselves from that person so that our doneness can be a propelling force to get us to move on. Instead, we sit and we stew and we get bitter, and then we get hateful and we get mean and we get petty. Now, if you are truly done with something, then it is up to you to be done with that thing. And there is power in recognizing that I am done with this thing. Like, this has been a good run. I'm just done with that now. Or this has been a terrible run and I don't want to keep doing this, so I am done with that now. You see, in relationships and celebrities, people get really upset when celebrities, especially women, say say the quiet part out loud, right? Which is, you know what? I was done with that. I don't feel like I should have to live with that anymore, or I had that was a run, good or bad, and I'm no longer done with that. I'm no longer doing that, and I'm moving on. We get really mad at those women because they have done something that many people won't do, which is they have said, "This was fun or not so fun. Either way, I'm done. I don't have any love for you, but I don't have any desire to stay with you, and I'm going to go on and do my own thing now." And instead, what we do is we glorify the people who stay in situations that have been done for so many years, for so long. We glorify the suffering part of the doneness. We glorify the bitterness and the petty meanness that people can engage in because they're done, but they're not willing to really be done and do anything to move on and make themselves whole, happy, and healthy again. And so we put this spotlight on the negative impact of life and relationships, and we go, that's, you might be done and you might have been done, but you stuck with it, and yes, you are unhappy and you're twice as old as you really wanted to be when you got out, or you stayed for the sake of this, and but you did all those great things, and it's just too bad that you are bitter and unhappy, and you should just go take care of that because you have a reason to be unhappy. And we throw platitudes and we throw motivational quotes and we throw memes at people and go, but see, if you just love yourself now. And what we should be saying is, the day you decided that you were done, truly done, is the day that you should have started planning your way out of where you were, and the day you should have decided that being whole, happy, and healthy is exactly what is my right, and I'm going to pursue that. That makes done a path to prosperity and not a road to bitterness.